On this edition of Graco Garage, we'll be looking at reassembling the 5-to-1 double ball used on the sanitary tote unloader and sanitary drum unloader. We have all of our parts there. They're all clean. We're good to go. We're looking to put this back together. It's very important that you lubricate. We like to use Lubrafilm, but any type of food safe lubricant is very important. You want to get that on all the O-rings and any contact surface that you're going to have for material or just within the mechanical parts. So we go through and we return that. We're going to do the lower assembly. Easiest way to do that is upright to get it set. Then we want to get that retaining pin in there. You want to roll it around the side, one of the edges, okay, just to get it started there, and you're able to get that locked into place. Okay. Once again, we want those surfaces to be lubricated. Get that started in there. Now we're going to look at the packing housing. This does have an O-ring inside of a U-cup. Okay, we want to make sure we lubricate that. We want to have it facing down. Okay, the opening facing down. We get that packing in there. I generally like to have this not all the way down because it'll be compression. So I get it as much as possible and then without having it totally seated. Now we'll look at the bottom ball check. Get our O-ring on there. We put our retaining pin, okay, and get that going in. Get that lined up. And we want to work on, start with the free standing pin. Get that started. And then we want to do the bottom retaining pins. It's a good idea to get the O-ring started. Roll one of those corners over. Even sometimes using a little pick or a screwdriver does help with that process. You get the first one on, you get that second one on there. Now you're good to go. So now we're going to put it back in this case, the drum unloader unit. We want to push down those compressions or the packings. Now everything is level. Straighten everything out. We get our coupler started there. Okay. We want to go through and we're going to set up our alignments. And then we're going to make sure we have our brass coupler adapter pieces in. We're going to tighten that up. It's part of the process. Sometimes you have to adjust this a little bit to make sure everything's lined up, as you can see here. Okay. All right, now we seem to be pretty good alignment. Lift that up there and just get that started. The idea here is not necessarily to do all the work by hand or all the tightening by hand, but we want to get it started. And then we can go ahead and do our tri-clamps. And the tri-clamps are, once those are on, then we can look at, okay, now let's advance it a little bit more. Make sure everything is all cinched up nicely. Our big wrench and our spanner wrench, and we push outward with this. So instead of together, we want to push those against each other to get that seated up nicely and ready to go for operation.